if y equals natural log x, remember, natural log is log base e of x. So our base is 2.71828. Our derivative, y prime, is going to be 1 over x. Now, not random at all, because if you remember what the natural log curve looks like, you'll see it looks something like this. The natural log curve looks something like this, and it goes to this point 1, 0. Notice if I were to draw in the tangent lines at each or selected points on this curve, I would say the tangent lines start extremely positive. Look at that. Maybe that's positive 10 over 1. And then they go kind of neutral, maybe like 1 over 1. And then here, still positive, but like maybe 1 over 10. So at this particular x, I'm way up there. At this particular x, I'm kind of there. And over here, my derivative is just a little positive. I go from extremely positive, 10 over 1. Remember, when I graph the derivative, zeros are there. If it's positive, it will be above, and negative will be below. So I go from extremely positive to kind of positive to just a little bit positive. And that will be this curve here. And this curve, this red curve, this red curve here, I'll do it here, is y equals 1 over x for x greater than 0. So you can see, we can justify the fact that if y is natural log x, its derivative is 1 over x. So if we're asked to find the derivative of these natural log functions, not a problem at all. If f of x is 4 natural log x, then f dash of x is 4 times 1 over x, or 4 over x. If we're asked to find d dx of natural log x with a negative in front of it, that's negative, and then 1 over x. Negative 1 times the derivative of natural log x. Here, f dash of x will be 1/3 times the derivative of natural log x, 1 over 3 times 1 over x, or simply 1 over 3x. d dx of negative 4 natural log x will be negative 4 times 1 over x, or simply negative 4 over x. Natural log x over 2, d dx, find the derivative of that. Well, that's the same as 1/2 times the derivative of natural log x, which is 1 over x, to give us 1 over 2x. And lastly, this is the equivalent of negative 1/3 times natural log x. So the derivative of natural log x is 1 over x. So we get negative 1 over 3x for the derivative. Not hard at all. My question for you is, do you know these? You've got to know these inside out, upside down, backwards and forwards. If y equals sine x, its derivative is cosine x. If y is cosine x, the derivative is negative sine x. If y equals e to the x, the derivative is e to the x, everyone's favorite function. Y equals natural log x, y prime is 1 over x. And here was our power rule. For some sort of polynomial, or each monomial of a polynomial, y equals a n to the x. Look what we do, multiply and subtract. Y prime is a n x to the n minus 1.